Alright, just gonna set up the scoreboard here real quick, guys. So it's a best of 7, and currently the score is 2-1. There we go. Alright, we continue with the Money Peak Show Match Series. Thank you very much for tuning to Base Rate TV, guys. Let's hop into this. Spawning in the top right corner of the map, having brought this series back now, still down 2-1, it's gonna be Axiom's Impact.
And in the top left, as the purple Terran, it is Millennium's Dayshi.
Now, we've officially gone through every classical map at this point. And a big part of the Show Match series, guys, we always like to mix it up with the maps, make it more of a showy match type series, as the name implies, rather than just your standard best of series like you'd see in any typical finals. And in this one, we mix it up with the Season 2 ladder pool, which isn't quite official yet, I'll say that big in air quotes, but what is coming for the rest of 2014 for the rest of WCS Season 2. So this is what you guys can look forward to. We already had merry-go-round, which was kind of cool. We saw some very interesting map mechanics in that one. But following, we got King Sejong Station. I don't know. I always say that wrong. Overgrowth and Waste Station still to be played out. And those are the 3 maps left in this tournament, this series, so to speak. So we've seen all of the maps you're used to, with this being the last one officially, and we'll only see new maps from here to the end.
I swear you're like seconds away from saying King Jong-il.
I am. That's the problem. I don't know why I'm saying that. But alright, so Daishi's opening with the barracks. He's not going for anything greedy. This map, we've all seen it 100 times. There's the gold bases that do seem to influence this map, but not nearly as big and not nearly as often as it seems like you would assume. This is such a dangerous base to take.
He's getting a 15 gas. Now that's weird.
I think for Dayshi, we're gonna see how do I phrase this? A little bit more calmer playstyle out of him this time.
I just wonder what the 15 gas is for. You usually don't see that in TVZ. You saw it in TVP because that was what you got to lead up into a Widowmine drop. But that's even phased out.
Big shout out, by the way, guys. We've been talking about subs all day in hopes of getting one. Someone finally took the bait. Mighty Kiwi, thank you very much for your sub, man. Your support of the channel is appreciated, and we can look forward to these awesome replays later on. Now, Impact's gonna maybe lose his first overlord.
I think he will.
It's gonna be close.
You don't expect a Marine to pop out. You're like, oh, he's going Reaper. No, Marine in your face.
Well, that's because 9 times out of 10 it usually is Reaper, unless, you know, there's gonna be that earlier command center. And if there's an earlier command center, at least you scout that, but that's not gonna be the case. However, this overlord looks like it will get away.
It's gonna survive. Nah.
Like I said, just barely though.
It's not gonna be able to suicide in, which is also a boon. So.
Well, you may just end up saving this for an overseer later too. More if it becomes full health, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna require layer tech. It's still gonna be a long way away before that happens, but we got 6 links coming out. I'm not sure if this was in anticipation of a Reaper or not, because he did start these, I think, as the Overlord got over there. So, I mean, he's gonna have these to play with at the very least, and 4 or 6 links can certainly take on 2 Marines if handled correctly. But he might, if you hide on the bottom part of the watchtower, actually, it's pretty nice for Marines.
Yeah. So it was just go to get those 2 Marines, and then go ahead and get the factory. If you get a 13 gas, you can actually get a Marine and a Reaper, and then go into the factory. But very slight differences anyway. And really, I feel like the opening for Marines is just so you do get that Overlord, and unfortunately that didn't happen.
Marines are going to stutter step around a little bit. SCV's already pulled off the command center to buffer a little bit for the Marines. I kind of like that move. It's kind of cool. Oh, guys, I'm so bad. Sorry.
First blood.
Again, in there somewhere was first blood. But the command center is stalled out. But it will continue here in a moment. He actually kept that SCV alive, impressively enough.
Yeah, and also he got the reactor fast enough that he was able to produce 2 more Marines while the factory is finished up. So that's really important.
As well, just what the game's on the comm phase here. Big shout out to our Bessie. I'm not sure if that's a resub or a new sub, but thank you for your subscription, man. We got a bit of a train started here. Choo-choo. That's alright. Transitioning out of this, though, we got the starport on the way. The second gas is coming up. So this was just the. I feel like this is a Hellion Banshee with just the command center first rather than later. I mean, oh, I shouldn't say rather than later, because I mean this is still a pretty standard build. But it's the gas timing that really made me curious as to what Dayshi had in mind for this game.
Yeah, it was just to have those Marines coming out, it seems, so. Oh, actually, it's going to be a medevac. So Hellion drops?
Ooh, this is going to be kind of cool. And a Widowmine to
Widowmine
pair with
drops?
this. If it's, what is it, like 4 Marines, 2 Widowmines? Yeah.
So it is going to be a Widowmine drop, even though you don't usually see those in
This is getting interesting shaking it up, though, because Impact, I mean, the reality is your drone's going to be susceptible just like probes
He
are. But
sees it, though. The overload gets in there.
it has to see the medevac, though. If it sees the Widowmines, that's nothing, in my opinion.
Did he actually see the medevac?
No, he didn't. Not yet.
Because you can also assume they're getting a Viking first.
That is true. Ooh. But,
Look
okay.
at Dayshi. Look at you. So clever. Getting the barracks off. And then
Oh,
putting
he
it
knew
back
where
on.
the Overlord was, too, so he purposely circumvents it, but the other one's going to catch this medevac. Now, as far as trying to guess what's inside it, it's going to be a little bit difficult. There we go. It's revealed. So, Impact knows something's coming his way. And if a lot of Lings swarm up here, a lot of Lings are going to die on top of 2 Widowmines.
Well, if they attack it fast enough, they will kill one Widowmine before it burrows. And Daishi's not going to take that bet.
I gotta be safe and sorry. Still, though, it's a threat that has to be dealt with, and that's why Impact is diligently trying to chase this, guys. There's only a certain amount of things that come out of medevacs this early, and whether it's a lot of Marines, whether it's Hellions, whether it's Widowmines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good deny. That'll buy him some time. Overseer's already started up, though, and Spore Callers are on the way, so detection won't be a problem. May get a hit off.
It's gonna focus.
Okay, gets a couple workers. 4 drones, not too bad.
He also scouts, very important, that there wasn't a third anywhere. Not at the gold, not here. So he's got to be thinking, what is he doing? Probably not all in. I don't see any roaches. So maybe a spire that I missed. And he did miss it just barely.
That was kind of cool move out of Dayshi, too, by the way, with that Widowmine to keep it alive. Yeah, Spire coming down right here. He kind of like reburrowed it. Wasn't sure if he really wanted to get that hit off or not, but safe than sorry, gets it out of there. And meanwhile, he's got the full wall off. So a counterattack of pure Lings gonna get absolutely nothing accomplished. But beyond that, what's kind of scary is as he moves towards the mid game, he doesn't. I want to say he's got almost no control. Like there wasn't 4 Hellions sent out early on. He's got a couple of the Watchtower now, but there's nothing keeping the creep back like you would normally have. And Impact's able to roam a little more freely with these queens, and you really should be allowed to.
Oh,
the Pulp Viking. It's got 2 kills on it though, so I mean it's almost paid for itself. Third Overlord hiding down here might be able to snipe.
Yeah, it's actually very important to get a Viking out. Well, not really important, but very useful to get a Viking out on this map because there really is only one straight line between your base and their main, and there's going to be 2 Overlords there almost always. So if the mutas are out late enough, then go ahead and get that Viking. And they aren't the earliest. Obviously, they would have already hit, but 10 minutes is still a good minute to 2 minutes faster than normal. So Dayshi has to prepare for that. He's not going to have turrets. I thought maybe he was thinking, but obviously not, so not quite prepared.
Well, middles do get here towards the main, and a couple SCVs going to be starting to poke that here.
The Viking was like, I'm going to help!
I'm helping! I'm helping! Mules, unfortunately, are going to circumvent this. There's some mules here that aren't mining. Maybe those will be the priority targets. There's kind of a nice bait in that regard, but I mean, there's no turrets here. Marines will eventually chase us off, but it's still a nuisance nonetheless. Total of, he gets a couple worker kills. Really not that many, though. This creep spread, though, this is what I'm really concerned about. Not having those Hellions out on the map. Oh, this is really bold. He knows the Beetle servant. Why would he try and transfer this?
I don't know. Because
Okay,
you also
well,
you have to be really scared of pushing out as well. There could be banelings out there waiting if you don't have medevacs, or at least
Absolutely.
2 medevacs.
What I'm concerned about here is, again, not only just the creep spread, but the fact that Impact, with such a low army supply, and I say that very tentatively, has got such map control with it. Dayshi is not exactly super contained, but he can never really truly leave his base due to the threat of Mutalisk, and still no turrets down.
Yeah, what's with the no turrets? I mean, this really isn't that big of a mutaflock, so 1 turret would be so helpful. Dayshi needs to start pushing. At 12 minutes, you should be, you know, trying to do something against them.
Oh, he
not
does have a
chasing
turret.
the
It's
mutas
just,
around.
what is it doing over there?
Well, that's usually where they would come in, so I gotta give him credit for that one, but not this time.
Not with the current count, no. But okay, he'll drive this back for now. A couple Marines sitting here. He's going to try and secure this gold base. Now, the gold base is going to provide a huge economic boost. That's what the whole key thing to taking a gold base is, but I'm not sure it's an economic boost he really needs right now. He's just...
Oh, Widowmine hits! Widowmine hits are pretty good.
Oh, on top of the Link, sorry, I was looking at the Mutalisks. Thought that's where they were broed. But 7 kills on one on the other. Not too bad. But this base is a huge threat now for Dayshi. I mean, while it's a huge benefit to your economy, it's a huge liability to have at the same time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He needs to get missile turrets up there immediately. You can't just leave that base, or Impact's gonna be all over it. And he needs to leave the base. He's not doing anything to Dayshi or the Impact. And Impact's creep spread, I think he's starting to recognize that he can go whatever he wants with it. It's gonna get over halfway.
This is such odd turret placements out of Dayshi. I mean, why not the middle of the mineral line? Why not someplace where you can just grab the SCVs and spam repair, right?
Yeah, that's true. You gotta spam repair occasionally, but just get 2 mutas right there, and then the turret did its job.
And predicting the pathing of these ones, he's already set up a Widow Mine, so it'll get a good hit and it'll splash the rest of them, but it's not going to kill a lot. Unfortunately, though, he's also slowed with the Marines, so mutas are not going to be driven southward. 31 workers have been picked off now.
Just these mutas, like there's not even that many mutas, right?
Oh,
like it's just been a lack of preparation.
Yeah, it comes down to, like, I really don't want to over criticize Dayshi. Don't get me wrong, he's like one of the best anti-Zerg players, I guess we'll call them, but his turrets are kind of just, I don't know. I'm confused by them, is the way I'll phrase that.
Yeah, there was a drop in the main, double drop actually, and it gets completely shut down. The Lings were there, the mutas cleaned it up. Dayshi can't do anything right now, and instead of being down like 30 supply, which is definitely overcomable, is that a word? It's now down by 50.
Overcomable. So, that is now a word, I guess. What am I gonna get a decent hit off on these Lings, I think. Big pop off on the Lings, but Mutalists are here to clean this up. There's so many Banelings behind this. Dayshi looking like he might just get suffocated here. Trying to run away, but with the Lings getting cleaned up, it's not going to hold the Marines in place for those Banelings to connect. So as they clean out the SCVs here at the third, oh good, the Commander, the orbital, he's not going to lift it, it's not going to repair it. He's just going to tap out instead. Good game, Impact. Now tying it up 2-2. And more exciting for me than this is from now on, all new maps, guys.